Hey, it's Greg Harrelson here with Century 21, the Harrelson Group in sunny Myrtle Beach. Today, I want to give you a quick, no nonsense update on what's really happening in the Myrtle Beach and the South Carolina real estate markets here in early 2026. You've probably seen headlines about prices dropping or the market crashing. That's not what we're seeing here on the ground. What we're seeing is a market that's recalibrating, not crashing. So let's start with the big picture across South Carolina, statewide. January closed sales were down just a little bit compared to last year, but new listings and pending sales are both up. That tells us there's more inventory coming on the market and more buyers writing contracts, just at a calmer, more normal pace. Prices across South Carolina are basically flat to slightly up in general. The median home price is sitting in the mid 300s, up less than 1% year over year, which is a big change from the double-digit jumps we saw a couple of years ago. Homes are taking longer to sell than they did during the frenzy. On average, it's taking close to 3 months statewide to get a home under contract, and inventory has climbed to almost 4 months of supply. Now, that's still a little bit better for sellers than buyers, but it's much more balanced than what we had in 2021 or 2022. The good news for buyers is that affordability has improved. Prices have cooled, incomes have inched up, and interest rates have come off their recent highs. That combination is bringing buyers back into the market who were previously priced out of the market. Now, let's zoom in a little bit more and talk about Myrtle Beach and the Grand Strand area. Here along the coast, we're seeing a clear split market between single-family homes and condos. Total closed sales across the coastal Carolinas region in January were down just a few percent from last year. However, pending sales for single-family homes were up solidly, while condo pendings were basically flat. So we have a stronger pipeline of single-family sales coming than actual condos. Single-family prices have softened just a bit in the short term. The median single family price in January in our region was in the mid 350s and down a couple of percent compared to the same time last year, but still slightly higher when you look over the last 12 months as a whole. Condos are where we see more obvious pressure. The median condo price is in the mid 200s and down around 4 to 5% year over year. That reflects the simple fact that we have a lot more condo inventory on the market right now. In total, we have roughly 6,600 active listings across the Grand Strand. About half single family and half are condos. Single family homes are sitting at just under 4 months of supply, which is pretty close to a balanced market. Condos, on the other hand, are sitting at over 7 months of supply, which clearly favors the buyer. Days on market kind of tell the same story. Across our area, homes are averaging around 4 months from list to contract. That's a normal, balanced pace, not a sign of a crash at all. But it does mean sellers have to be patient and a little realistic. Affordability has improved here locally too, not just in the state of South Carolina. Now, the affordability index for single family homes has moved higher, and for condos, it's even better. We're also seeing the strongest demand in the lower price ranges, under about $150,000. Pending sales have jumped significantly, which means value priced properties can still move quickly if they're priced right. So, what does all of this mean if you own property here on the Grand Strand? If you're a single family homeowner, you're in a relatively healthy position. Prices are a touch softer in the short term, but supply is near balanced and buyers are still active. If you price correctly and present the home well, you can still get a strong result. Just don't expect 10 offers in the first weekend like we saw a couple years ago. Now, if you own a condo, especially in a resort or oceanfront building, you're in a more competitive environment. There's simply more units on the market, buyers have choices, and they're negotiating. That means pricing, condition, and concessions matter more than they did during the peak. In this condo segment, the sellers who win are the ones who price into the market instead above it, offer clean, updated turnkey units, are open to helping with closing costs or interest rate buydowns when it makes sense. If you're thinking about selling this year, timing and strategy are important. We're already seeing an increase in new listings heading into the spring. If you know you want, or if you know or need to sell in 2026, there can be an advantage of getting ahead of the next wave of inventory instead of waiting until everyone else decides to list at the same time. We'll want to talk about where your property fits against today's competition, realistic days on the market expectations, where it makes sense to do any minor updates before hitting the market, and most important, what you're going to net in your pocket in the event you choose to sell. If you're thinking about selling a home, condo, piece of land in the Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, please look me up. Email me, send me a text. I would love to earn your business, give you some ideas of what the market value of your property is right now, in hopes that I can get you informed and help you make good financial decisions in the area of your real estate holdings. Again, I'm Greg Harrelson, Century 21, the Harrelson Group. Talk to you soon.